Now, MSTY, the YieldMax MSTR Option Income Strategy ETF, has definitely been pretty impressive since it started trading, and obviously that has a lot to do with the fact that MSTR over this time frame has also done pretty well. Now, to be specific, MSTY as of right now has a 130+% distribution rate, and as of recently paid out a monthly distribution of well over $2 per share. Now, sure, maybe the distributions aren't necessarily all that consistent. Sometimes they're massive, sometimes they're a little bit smaller, but even the smaller distributions annualized out has offered investors an absolute ton of income, at least so far. Now, even though I consider myself a dividend or income focused investor, MSTY doesn't necessarily match what I personally am looking for in my portfolio. And this isn't because I don't like MSTY or MSTR. I actually am a fan of MSTR and Bitcoin itself. But again, for my dividend portfolio, I want more diversification. And because this ETF references a single stock, it just doesn't have enough diversification to match what I'm looking for. Now, all that might change as of today because I'm going to share with you guys a strategy I just came across that I was thinking about that might make the one thing that a lot of investors worry about when it comes to MSTY, NAV erosion, much less risky. So if you want to see how I plan on safely buying a ton of MSTY, make sure to stick around, drop a like down below, and let's get right into it. My A to Z dividend investing ebook has helped countless dividend investors get started with their journey. And my custom dividend tracker that I'm constantly using here on the channel has also helped so many investors stay on track and allow them to see their dividend income in real time. Well, today I have another treat for you guys. I'm not only going to offer you my A to Z dividend investing ebook and the custom dividend tracker, but also just for a short limited time, I'm going to be adding in my brand new weekly dividend blueprint ebook to show you how you can get started with weekly dividend ETFs and add this into your investing strategy. This offer is not going to last long, so go ahead and click the first link down below in my description, and you're going to get both ebooks and the custom dividend tracker bundle. But like I said, please act fast because this won't be around for long. Now let's get back into the video. Now before I show you guys my strategy that I just came up with that I want to try to implement, and again share with you guys exactly how I'm going to do it. Looking at MSTY's total return since inception, I mean 300+% as of right now. Again, this ETF has outperformed almost everything across the market and then some. Now this brings me into the strategy that I want to test out when it comes to MSTY, again, just because this ETF has the potential to NAV decay too much for my personal liking. Now the safe method, the way that I'm thinking about doing this is actually buying shares of MSTY in lots of 100 and then going on the options chain and actually selling covered calls on MSTY. So yes, I plan on actually selling options on an ETF that already utilizes options. Now the way that I would do this is pretty simple. As of right now, MSTY is currently trading at $23.55 per share. So as of right now, if I bought 100 shares of MSTY for $2,355 altogether, I can then go to the longest out expiration date, which as of right now is October 17th or 160 days away. And what I could do is I could sell an at the money call, or I could even go in the money and sell an in the money call, let's say at $20 per share with $4 a premium. So what this means is that sometime in the future, I'm willing to give up my shares of MSTY on or before the expiration date of October 17th, 160 days away. And for doing so, for being willing to sell my shares for $20 per share, even though MSTY as of right now is $23.55 per share, I'm going to get $4 per share or $400 altogether in premium. So basically what I would be doing is essentially buying 100 shares of MSTY in order to hopefully get paid out those juicy dividends every single month. But I'm going to have around $4 of downside protection just in case Bitcoin, MSTR, or of course MSTY trades sideways or down a little bit, which definitely in my opinion can happen. Now, what happens if MSTY trades upwards even from here to $25, $26, $27 per share? Well, then worst case scenario, I would have to sell off my shares at $20 per share. I already have my premium, so I would make a small little profit and move on with my life. But best case scenario, MSTY trades down a little bit and NAV decays a tad, just because again, a lot of these ultra high yielders do have the tendency to do that. I'm not saying that I hope it does that or that I expect to do it for sure, but I'm just saying it could, of course. And if that were to happen, if MSTY trades down to 23 to 22 to 21 or even $20 per share, I'm going to still hold on to my shares, retain all the profit because I got paid $4 per share in premium, and then still get my monthly dividends on top of that. Now what's crazy is that you could even go further in the money to really hedge against some downside protection. And again, this is only if you do think there is the potential for some NAV erosion with MSTY. Now, like I said, even though I am bullish overall on MSTR and MSTY, NAV erosion with ETFs like these ones do happen over time. Like you can see from the all-time highs back in March of last year at $43 per share. I mean, MSTY traded down and down and down and down from there. MSTY did recover pretty well though, up to almost $38 per share. But even since then, we are very far off the most recent highs. So as an investor that does want some action, that does want to be included in these massive monthly distributions, but as an investor that also does not want to partake in any sort of NAV erosion, if it of course happens, which again I'm not saying it's going to for sure, but like I said, by utilizing the strategy I talked about, I would be essentially hedging $4 per share at least, making it so that as long as MSTY doesn't drop down way further from there, I'll be all the way in the profits. Now, utilizing the cover call strategy on MSTY might seem a little bit goofy because again, this is sort of just thinking outside the box. I mean, this is literally selling options on an option-oriented ETF. But trading options or selling cover calls is something that I've been doing now for several years, and I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars of profit by doing so. So what's my game plan moving forward and how can you guys keep up with it? I plan on buying around 100 or 200 shares of MSTY at whatever share price it's trading at very soon. And then I'm going to sell an in the money cover call and hedge against some downside, earn some premium, and then hopefully this ETF will trade sideways or down slightly over the time frame that I sold the cover call in, and I can also be included in these massive distributions. Now, what's also cool about this is that because I'm going to get paid out $4 per share for this example, let's say per share that is, so $400, I could then use that $400 right away and buy more shares of MSTY, basically free shares right off the bat, which would also add even more income to my strategy. So now that I share with you guys my master plan when it comes to MSTY, the YieldMax MSTR Option Income Strategy ETF, an ETF that I honestly like and I do want to hold on to more shares of. Side note, I already do have a few shares of it, but I wouldn't really be all that comfortable with holding on to too many shares just because of the potential of NAV erosion. I know the total return so far for MSTY has been outstanding, and I'm really proud of all the investors out there that have held on to it, but it just doesn't really match my risk tolerance. But with the strategy I share with you guys, I am going to get into action and hopefully make money whether the ETF moves up or down, which is going to be amazing. So if you guys want to follow along and see what happens with this crazy interesting strategy that I came up with, make sure to subscribe because I'll be posting some updates on this channel very soon. Now, before I go, I do have a question for you guys down below. I want to know if as of right now, if you're holding on any shares of MSTY, and if so, let me know how many shares you have in the comments. If you guys enjoyed this video, make sure to please drop a like in it and subscribe for more future content like this. Thanks as always for stopping by, and if you are interested in investing, make sure to check out these recent videos I posted right here.